Hey everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm doing a quick review for Star Trek Prodigy Supernova on Xbox. Let's take a look. So, Star Trek Prodigy Supernova is a tie-in game from Outright Games that ties into the Star Trek Prodigy TV series, and it's set between episode 10 and 11 of the original series. Now, in the game, you will play as one of two characters, and you can play the whole game in co-op or single player, where you flip between the characters as and when you need to control them. So the plot is after the Protostar picks up strange readings from a dying star, the main characters race against time to save their friends, their ship, new alien species, and an entire planetary system before a supernova destroys them all. Now, the game takes place in sort of like a semi-top-down view, and in the game you get to explore a variety of different alien worlds, including Orisi, Mirios, and Teresi. Apologies if I have completely butchered those names there. On these planets, you'll have to deal with the enemies that are on them. There's a variety of puzzles and challenges, and collectibles and mysteries to find and solve. Now, the game itself is pretty good. Like I say, it looks nice, it plays well, and it also features the voice cast of the TV show as well, which is a huge win-win in my book when the cast comes back for these sort of tie-in games. So, what do we think of this game then? I actually quite enjoy it. I am a Star Trek fan. I haven't seen the new show yet, unfortunately, Star Trek Prodigy, so I can't say how sort of in-depth it connects to the series. However, like I say, it does look like it. I have seen like trailers of the show. It is on my list to watch, and the fact that the voice cast comes back is fantastic. It's always nice when there's a proper voice cast in the game. Now, I do like the sort of combat in this game, and the fact that there's two different characters, each with their own sort of abilities and sort of unique moves and stuff like that. So you get to pick and choose each of them when it suits you best. And there's a lot of sort of puzzle mechanics, and they're not really hard puzzle mechanics. It's all about sort of placing things on sort of pressure pads, making sure the right characters interacting with the right environmental items, stuff like that. But you have to work together. So if you play this single player, it's a bit of flitting backwards and forwards between each of the characters to get them in position. But if you're playing it co-op, it's a much more seamless sort of experience. Now, gameplay-wise, it's not extremely difficult. Like I say, it is aimed at kids. This game, this is a kids' game, but it is a little more challenging than some of Outright's other games, especially sort of like the Paw Patrols and stuff like that. You're going to get a lot more content out of this, a lot more playtime. You're looking at sort of 10 plus hours, probably about 15 or so to fully complete the game and find everything and go back and sort of make sure you've got all of the items you may have missed and stuff like that to sort of get that 100% 1000 gamer score. But I think they've done a really good job on it. It's different, it looks pretty decent, like I say, and it plays well, which is the main thing. Now, you will probably get a little bit bored by the combat repetitiveness as you progress. It's not bad combat, but there is a lot of it. So it's sort of like complete a puzzle, do a bit of combat, do something else. A bit of combat, do something else. Complete a puzzle. And the combat is very much sort of dodge, attack the enemy, dodge, attack the enemy. Now, kids will probably not worry about this and quite enjoy it. But like I say, it is a little bit of a drag further into the game. Now, there is a lot of collectibles to find. So there are plants to collect, there are relics to collect, there are chests to open, and there are these punies, which are like little alien sort of rabbit things that you collect as well. So honestly, it's not bad at all. It's not the hardest 1000 gamer score completion either. Obviously, there is a lot of to find and collect and stuff like that, but there's no really sort of tricky achievements there either. So, final thoughts on this game. If you're a fan of the show, or if you're a fan of Star Trek in general, I would recommend checking out this game. The fact that it's got the sort of accurate voices and sort of soundtrack really add to the experience and the authenticity of the game. The co-op sort of gameplay is really nice as well, especially if you've got someone to sit and play split screen with you. But even if you're on your own, it isn't too bad. It's just a lot more sort of flitting between the characters as and when needed. Now, the game isn't perfect. Like I say, combat does get repetitive. Closer to the end of the game, especially when you've been doing it for so long, you do get new abilities and stuff like that. However, like I say, the combat does always sort of stay very similar. But the puzzles are nice, not too difficult to sort of melt your brain or anything like that, but enough to give you something to think about, especially like which character needs to do what, because they've both got different sort of bonuses and abilities and better things to do. So check it out. Like I say, if you're into Star Trek, it's available right now on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. It's also available on PC and other video games. Big thank you to Outright Games for sending us a copy of this game, and check it out. It's available for $44.99. It is pretty pricey. You do get a little bit more content, I feel, than some of the other Outright games, which are more aimed at the younger kids. But like I say, it's all on personal preference. You may want to wait and pick it up in a sale. But overall, fun little game, very enjoyable, and like I say, fits in with the canon of the TV series as well, which is nice. So check it out, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content, everyone. Bye for now.